Hello, TikTok. Hello, my friends in TikTok land. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys ready for a free message from Spirit? I am. I just finished my free live readings on Facebook, and now I came over here to do one on TikTok. It's been a few days. I was supposed to be here on Saturday, but I had a clusterfuck of chaos kind of day on Saturday. Forgive my language, but that's what kind of day it was on Saturday, so I didn't make it here. But I'm here today, and we're going to give somebody out there a free message from your loved one. So while we're waiting for everybody to shuffle in here and get all settled, as usual, thank you guys for helping me help you guys by sharing this live, sharing it in a group or with a friend or with somebody that you think could benefit from these messages and validations from Spirit today. Whenever you see my face up here, it's always free. My lives are always free, and I never solicit you for readings. Remember that. There's a lot of trolls going around out there. They steal my face, my pictures, my logo, and they pretend to be me, and then they solicit you guys and try to get you guys to give them money for fake readings. I don't ever solicit you guys. This is my business. I'm a professional psychic medium. I've been doing this work for almost a decade now. And if you would like a paid private reading from me or to sign up for one of my groups, then you have to go to my website, thmedium.ca. That is the only way to get a message from me. So even if they come into the comments, which they always do, or they send you a private message and they look like it's me, it is not. If they're asking you to friend request them or send them money or cash app them to somebody else's name, it is not me. I don't operate that way. Please protect yourself. Okay, you guys, let's jump right in. So I like to start these lives with a quick little card pull as we're waiting for everybody to come in, shuffle in, send the live out, and share it with people, because there is no such thing as fluke, random, or chance in this universe. So Spirit tends to group together the people that can get the most out of the messages being delivered, that will resonate with the messages being delivered, even if it's not you that I'm directly communicating with. So I like to open with a card pull because tarot cards are awesome for giving you insight into situations that's going on in your world now. A lot of you out there are trying to figure out how to use tarot cards, and I find people get tripped up using them if you're using them for prediction. Thing is, Spirit and that realm doesn't like to work so much in prediction because your choices, every single choice and decision that you make right now changes your future tomorrow. So what choices and decisions you make today, somebody like me can get up here and tell you, oh, this is what your tomorrow looks like. But then you get up and you make a new choice or decision tomorrow, and that completely alters that path, right? So the way that tarot cards work best for you and for all of us is to give you insight into whatever energies are affecting your here and now. So I like to use them when making choices. So for example, if I have a choice, like I want to make between either going A or B, then I will say, okay, show me the energies at play in A. This is the destination on where I want to go. This is what I want my outcome to look like. Is this path, what does this path look like? And then say, okay, now with that being my outcome, what does this path look like? And then pull a card and it'll give you insight into which path. Does that make sense? So anyway, there's your little tarot lesson for the day. So when I do these free messages from Spirit on these lives, I like to get you guys to ask a question, and then I'm going to pick a card, and I'll tell you the meaning of that card, and hopefully that will give you some insight into whatever you asked. Ready? All right. Oh, and this card's jumping out. I've had a lot of people cards come through today. The two cards that I pulled on my Facebook reading earlier were also people cards, but this one's better than the ones that were pulled out earlier. So we got the Queen of Pentacles. I like the Queen of Pentacles. She is an earth sign. She's all about the home and the family and the stability and long-term stability. She guards her money. She guards her home and her possessions. She's very earthbound. So you will usually pull this card if you asked about motherhood, about a job, security, about something that has to do with money or security. This card lets you know that while it might not develop very quickly, it's long-term, slow, stable success. Does that make sense? Okay, let's jump right in, you guys. Before we get started, quick little description about who I am, how I work. I know I'm pretty new here on TikTok. Some of you guys have seen me here on TikTok, but I don't get up here on TikTok as much as I should, even though there's twice as many people on TikTok as there is on Facebook. I get shadow banned like crazy doing this work. And even though I get highly shadow banned on Facebook, it's my comfort zone. That's where all my peeps are. That's where I've been reading for many years. So I tend to do a lot of work over there. So if you guys don't see me here on a regular basis, go check Facebook. I do free live readings every single day. I do this work for free because I think that it should be accessible to everybody out there, not just the people who can afford a private reading. I work very hard to make sure that these messages and validations from Spirit are accessible to everybody, whether it is in a live reading like this, where I do free live messages every single day, or I also offer Zoom groups every Tuesday for only $28 a person, Canadian. It's even cheaper if you're in the States or other places in the world. I also offer the THM Club and many other forms of being able to get a message from Spirit as well, because these messages have healed me and so many other people throughout my life that it's the most important thing I think that I do. So I work really hard on making this affordable to everybody. So if you don't get a message from me today, go check out my website, thmedium.ca. You can get a message in a number of other ways. And check me out here today on Facebook. I come back every single day. You guys, this is my new, backwards. I want to show you guys my new book, Raised by the Dead. It's out on Amazon. I'm so excited. It's not a huge, long book. This is just a toe in the water of what has been my life, let me tell you. I so appreciate all of the feedback and the reviews that I've been getting from you guys. I want to let you guys know, I've already told everybody on Facebook, but I want to let you guys know about, what is this book? What is this about? This, I'm going to read you the cover, the back, not the cover. I can't even talk. I got Spirit in my head. I'm going to read you the back of the book, and then you guys can go look it up on Amazon. And if you read the book and you write a review on Amazon once a month, at the end of every month, I'm going to go on to Amazon and I'm going to read all those reviews, and I'm going to pick one of you, and you're going to win a free private reading. So my way of helping you guys that help me with those reviews on Amazon help kick it out there to the algorithm, and so that more people see it, right? But here's the thing about this book, you guys. If a lot of you out there have abilities just like I do, and you're not exactly sure how to go from having a few abilities to doing it in a professional setting, or to using these gifts and abilities in your life in a way that can work for you as far as making money or doing spiritual work, right? So I want to read to you the back of this book, and then I highly recommend that you go check out my book, because it is my journey from the very first reading that I ever did for somebody right up until today. So this is the back of the book. It says, how does one go from being an ordinary weirdo, trust me, I'm a weirdo, to professional psychic medium, giving thousands of beautiful and healing messages from Spirit every year? I have been asked this question so many times over the last decade. I have spent years contemplating how to write this book, and have finally realized that the only way to tell you my story is to tell you theirs. This book is a small sample of the real-life people and stories that shaped me into who I am today. These are the stories that gave purpose to my pain and motivated me to do better, try harder, and never give up, no matter what. Most of the names and verification details have been changed for privacy reasons, of course, but I assure you that each and every one of these stories are true. Not only are they true, but the last 3 stories in that book are written with their real names and information, and I've posted the reels of these people on my TikTok and my Facebook and my Instagram, all on my social media. So after you've read the book, you can go there and see the real people behind the stories. It's called Raised by the Dead because this work literally raised me up from hell on earth, which is what my life felt like before I started doing this work. It changed everything in my life. They raised me up, and now I do everything that I possibly can to use all of the information that they've given me to help as many of you out there as I possibly can. So that's a little backdrop about me. Now let's get down to business, shall we? Because I'm going to pick somebody out here and I'm going to give you guys a free message from Spirit. But I want to remind you guys that your loved ones are not talking to me. They're talking to you, and they don't care if I understand this information or not, you guys. I am literally the medium, which means the person in between. My job is to be able to give you the messages and validations that Spirit is giving to me in a way that you will understand. Your loved ones are not gone. The soul, when it exits the physical body, doesn't just poof, disappear. It's still here. It's just that the soul vibrates so fast and high that you can't see it with your physical eyes. It's like the blades of a fan that get going around really fast. The faster they spin, the more invisible they become. But that doesn't mean they're not there. Stick your finger in those blades of those fans, you'll lose it. You'll know they're still there. The soul is very much still here, vibrating so fast you can't see it with your physical senses, but you can feel them with your heart. So when they connect with me, they are connecting using signs and symbols and vibration. And for me, I call this like spiritual jeopardy played with charades, because I get the answer. I don't get the question. I don't know what the question is. They're talking to you, not me. I'm not in your life, right? And they're using charades, signs and symbols to explain it to me. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. On one of my groups recently that I did, I had a lady's dad show up with Garfield in his arms. He's showing me Garfield, this big orange fat cat. And I'm like, why is your dad standing there with Garfield? She's like, I have no idea. She understood the rest of the messages in the reading, but she did not understand Garfield. And at the end of the message, at the end of that reading, her dad brought Garfield again. And I'm like, he's still standing there with Garfield. And she's like, and I still don't know what that means. And so when the reading was over and I posted the group onto my YouTube, because I post these readings up so that you guys have access to them later, she watched it later and she was like, oh, ding, ding, ding. How could I not know that? She had lost her big orange fat cat a month after her dad died. So her dad was stepping forward with the big orange cat in his hands, wanting her to know that he had her cat safe and at peace on the other side with him. But see, I'm not in her life. I don't know why he's standing there with a big orange fat cat. I see the cat as Garfield, because he has to show me whatever he has to show me to get me to say what they need me to say, so you get the message that they need you to get. He doesn't stand here and say, tell her I have her big orange cat that died a month after I did. I don't get that message. I see dad with a big orange cat that I think is like Garfield. Do you see what I'm saying? My job is to be the translator, to deliver the message so that you get the message they need you to get. But I'm not in your life, so I don't know why they're saying what they're saying. We have to work together. The thing about Spirit, though, is that they are very specific. They are what I call randomly specific. So they will bring up messages that sound kind of random, but are very specific to whatever is going on in your world. Because for your loved ones on the other side, this is not about predicting what comes up in your world. It is not about guessing which sign or symbol you wrote down on a piece of paper before we connected. For your loved ones, this is about me giving you the details and the validations of things going on in your life right now that I can't know, so that you know that they're still with you. I get up here every single day and bust my ass doing this work to teach you their language, so that you don't have to go the rest of your life feeling like they're dead and gone. Because I assure you, your loved ones are not dead and gone. It's just that they're not communicating with you in a physical way. And so if you mourn the loss of their ability to be here and communicate with you in a physical way, and then you don't embrace and learn how to communicate in a new way, then you experience their death for now and forever. But it's like this, you guys. If your loved one, see, I'm in Canada. So if your loved one picked up and moved to Germany, you wouldn't be like, well, dead and gone. Guess I don't get to talk to them no more. No, you would find a new way to communicate, right? Your loved ones don't have a physical vessel to communicate with speech anymore. They use signs, they use symbols, they use coincidence. Co means together. Incidences are happenings, together happenings. They use together happenings to put you in exactly the right place at exactly the right moment, exactly the right time, so that you get the message they need you to get. They make me bust my ass getting up here every single day to teach you their language so that you can communicate with them, so that you can connect with them, so that you can continue to feel their presence every single day of your life, and you don't have to experience their death. And I know it's not the same as when they were here in the physical. I know that. I know that we have to embrace every single moment that we have with them here in the physical. But I promise you, that when you start understanding their synchronicities and their validations and their energetic language, you will see for yourself that it is literally mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. And you will start feeling their energetic presence in your life every day. And that is what I work so hard for. So let's get into it and see who we have, who we are connecting to today, shall we? So it works a little bit different here on TikTok than I do it on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm old school. I just go on my camera on Facebook and then I just give out my phone number and communicate through the phone on speakerphone. But here on TikTok, I can just pull somebody up onto my live and do it that way. So if you're watching this and you would love a message from your loved ones, then this is how this works. You got to listen to the instructions. First, you got to share the live. That's the only thing I ask of you. That's the only price of admission here, is that you help me help you and share the live. And then what I need you to do is add yourself to my live. Now, I'm not exactly sure how that all works. I'm a little technologically challenged. I do the best that I can. I work with spirit, so trust me, technology is not my strong suit. But I know a lot of you guys know how to do that. So you got to add yourself to my live, and then there's that little button thingy. I'm going to push that and I'm going to open that window, and then I've got spirit here. I can feel the energy here, and I'm going to match that energy with somebody who has asked to join my live. And I'm going to click on your name. I'm going to pull you right up on my live, and I'm going to give you a free message from your loved one right here and now. When I come to you, I'm going to ask you to give me a focus on who you want me to connect to, because some of you have a lot of souls on the other side. And if you don't give me a focus on who you want me to connect to, then it can get kind of confusing up here, because I only got 15 minutes with you guys or so. So if you got 10 people on the other side and you don't give me a focus, they're all just going to jump at me at once, and it can get confusing. So make sure you give me a focus when I come to you, so I can go directly to the person that you want messages from. All right? And if you're a smaller creator and you can't pull yourself up onto my live because TikTok has weird rules about stuff like that, then make sure you follow me on Facebook, because Facebook, I just give out my phone number and you call me. So there's that. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right, let's see who I'm connecting with today. Well, look at that. There's only one person who's who's added themselves to my live. So that makes it easy, Moon Fairy. Sure. That's
Right here.
Hello.
Wait, don't do.
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Who am I talking to?
This is Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda. Is this Rhonda
Saavedra, yes.
I know your name from Facebook, but
Yes.
and your energy. As soon as you said this is Rhonda, I saw your name in my head. Isn't that funny? But Rhonda, I know I've read for you before, and I know that your husband's on the other side, and he's just proving his point. So, do you mind if I let somebody else have a chance, though?
Well, I wanted to see if we could do this with my daughter and my ex-mother-in-law. Like, not really me, but I wanted to do it for my daughter. She's sitting here with me.
Okay, that I will do. I just like to spread these out to everybody. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yes. Okay, so who is it that your daughter wants to connect to? And I need to have her name too, please.
Tell her your name.
My name's Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Who is this that you want me to connect to?
It's my grandma.
Your grandma. All right, let's do this. So have you ever seen me read before, hun? Oops.
Yeah, I've watched you read for my mom.
Perfect. Okay, well, we're going to start with our connection exercise. And then I think I'm going to do another reading after you, because I still have spirit lining up. Anyway, I digressed. You ready? Ha!
Yeah.
Let's do this. Both feet flat on the floor, hun.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes. And when I'm done When I'm done speaking, I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Whew, puzzle dump, you ready? She goes really fast too. I didn't even have to wait very long. Let me tell you, this lady's energy steps forward. And just for anybody listening, I'm going to explain the puzzle dump. I call this initial part the puzzle dump because for me, that's exactly what it feels like. When you're building a puzzle, you have to dump out all the pieces and then organize those to figure out how they fit together. When we do that connection exercise, there's a huge amount of information that pours over my senses, but because I'm not in your life, I'm not exactly sure how that fits together. So I'm going to explain to you everything I'm picking up, and then we'll go back and figure that out, okay? She wastes no time, hun. She steps forward, and right away she shows me my face a little bit itchy, which is my sign of disfiguration or that I did not look at the end of my life the way that I did most of my life. She's taking me to that very end and making me feel like she went downhill fast at the end. But she doesn't want you to remember that. She wants you to remember all the other times that you spent with her, all of that good fun time. Slow down, Grandma. Hold on a second. She's showing me the spinning thoughts in the head, which is my symbol that either there was an inability to communicate right before she passed or she didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Again, she's emphasizing the body scan, that there was more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body, but I feel so strong until like the last week or the last few days before I pass, and then everything happened so quickly. Are you understanding that?
Mm-hmm. She told me she was going to die in 3 days.
And the spinning thoughts. And the holding of the hand. So the spinning thoughts, unable to communicate at the very end before I passed. How do you understand this, hun?
Well, I don't know how to explain that. Just tell me. She, like 3 days before she passed away, she told me she was dying, but she actually took her life.
Wow.
Cheeky. Brothers. Just kidding.
So here's the thing. This is exactly why Spirit shows me their passing from their perspective and not from ours. And so this is what I mean when I say that I'm not in your life, that she's talking to you, not me. They don't change the messages. It just changes how I understand them. So now I have to go back and lay these pieces out for me, for me to understand for just a second here. Because what she showed me is that she had that pain in that throughout the body that went on for some time. Now it feels both physical and emotional. You understand? And then what she did was take me to those last few days or that last week or so before she passed. She showed me sudden, unexpected, traumatic passing. That she didn't say goodbye. Those spinning thoughts. I wasn't in my right mind, or I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Right? So now I never know what that means, but after you get validated that way, I know exactly what she's saying. She wants you to know. That's why she kept saying, I don't want you to remember me that way. I don't want you to remember me that way. She was in all kinds of pain inside, and she was trying to keep that hidden. She was trying to keep that down. She didn't want you to see that. Do you see what I'm saying? She didn't want you to remember her in that way. Whatever this was that she did before she passed, there's a feeling of guilt or that I will never recover. I can't change it. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Slow this down. There's definitely a sense of regret around the fact that I didn't tell anyone, and I don't think that she left much of a note or anything. Like, there's not an explanation that was left, correct? Sorry?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's just really hard to hear you.
She made a note, but the note didn't explain why she did what she did. She just said for her husband to let the girls do what they wanted to do, because at the time the girls were living with her. My girls were.
It's There's just a feeling of like, I can't change this. I can't make it better. I'm no good to anyone. I'm making everything worse. Sometimes we get in these bouts of depression, and it's not because that's actually how everyone else feels about us. It's just because that's how we see ourselves through our own eyes. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why she's showing me that body scan and showing me that that went on for many years, because it had nothing to do with you. It had
Yeah.
everything to do with her. Did she smoke as well? Because I can smell cigarette smoke all around her.
Bad.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Yes.
She gave you the rose, which is birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. Who's got the birthday or the anniversary right around now?
My birthday just passed on February 21st.
Do you see what I'm saying? So she's
Yeah.
lining you up here to wish you a happy birthday. But part of this is also, I was just saying this the other day too, is that sometimes the soul, especially if they're in a sense of deep depression like that, or when there is situations going on in the family that are really traumatic, and that soul feels like they can't help in the body, when in a body that is either in pain or is not able, like we're limited in our physical body. When we
Yeah.
get to the other side, they're not bound by the physical anymore, and they can help in ways that they couldn't here in the physical world. Your grandma's making me feel like now that she's on that side, she can do things, she can help in a way that she couldn't here. She felt powerless to help. And then she put you in the, and when you said the girls, she put you and a heart around all of you. The heart is my symbol for healing and reconnection. And what's interesting is that she's doing everything she can on that side to utilize synchronicity and alignment to help you guys, align you guys, and reconnect you guys. And what's interesting is that when I pulled your mom up here onto this live, she was the only person that had tried to add herself to my live at that moment in time. And I think that's because your grandma blocked everybody else and was like, nope, this is my turn. And so the spirit will do that. They use synchronicity and alignment to put you in exactly the right place at exactly the right moment, exactly the right time to get you the message you need to get. And the message here is that she can make things happen. She can help protect you, and she can help align you so that you can receive what you need. But you need to tell her what you need. You need to tell her what tools and supports you need. Don't get bogged down in being frustrated by what is going wrong. Because as you think and speak and say what's going wrong, you take that and you put it in your future.
Yeah.
This is about teaching you because you just did something. You did some kind of prayer or some kind of writing work. She's very proud of you for the writing and the changes that you've just made. And that's why we're lining up here. Because as you start making changes and opening your mind to what you can do, then what you can do lines right up.
Yeah.
This is an answered prayer. She's making me feel like, how do you understand the heart around you and your girls? I see 2 and 1, 2 and 1. What does this mean?
Well, two of my daughters are stuck in addiction, and Ashley, the one that's here with me today, has never been stuck in addiction, and we're always reaching out to the other two to try to get them, to get into recovery and get well, and they kind of block us out a lot, but they do text us, but they won't answer the phone for us.
Okay, so now this is why this reading lined up this way. You understand? What your grandma's saying is that there is no blocks. I don't care how blocked you feel. That, because what did she do? She pushed everybody else out of the way. So yours was the only name here. And even if I've read for you before, I still was going to bypass you again. And she's like, nope, it's next. You see what I mean? Where there's
Yeah.
a will, there's a way. But here's the thing. How many times have you told that story about how blocked you feel?
Yeah.
You got to stop telling that story. People need to
Oh,
understand that the words that you use, the thoughts and the words you use are creating your tomorrow. So I want you to start thanking grandma, because here's what she just showed you. Where there's a will, there's a way. That you're not actually blocked. Even though you've already had a reading, even though there's other people trying to get in here, she still found a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So you tell her, thank you for helping my daughters find their way to healing. Thank you for finding their way to sobriety. Thank you for helping them along the way. Thank you for lining us up. Thank you for this reconnection. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know you can do it. I
Yeah.
know that where there's a will, there's a way, and you are working on it. And thank you so much for this. And give it to her and just let her do what she's going to do with it. Let them use synchronicity and alignment to put you in exactly exactly the right place at exactly the right moment to line you up with what you've asked for.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Of course.
They're not giving up on them. I'm telling you right now, they're not giving up on them, but they need you guys. I can't stress this enough. I want you to thank them for sending them sobriety. I want you to thank your loved ones and God and your angels for, sending them people that will encourage their healing. I want you to use your imagination to think up whatever tools and supports you can to place in their life and ask Grandma for that. No longer do I want you to tell the story of their addiction. I want you to tell the story of the healing that you're just waiting to see and how excited you are to see how this comes together. Because as you start telling that story, now you are putting those creations into your tomorrow. And your loved ones, they act like your GPS, your spiritual GPS, which means that your GPS, you have to put the exact coordinates in there. You don't say, I'm hungry, where should I eat? And hope that it'll draw you a map and take you to a restaurant. You have to, if you say that, you're just going to get a bunch of suggestions. You have to be specific. Tell them what you need. Tell them what supports you need. And then let go of when, and they will line it up for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Who needs a new bed, by the way? Grandma just said you need a new bed.
My girls need a new bed because my mother-in-law and brother-in-law just moved out of our house, so we get to set up their rooms now. So they need their beds.
Start with that. That's a very small thing. It's a lot easier to start with something like that than it is the big addiction thing. So I can't know that, first of all. She knows that because she's with you. So what she's saying is, honey, and you're decorating that room, you tell her what kind of things you want. I want a snail lamp. I want blue paint. I want whatever it is that you want. You name it. And you tell them to line you up with it. And then when those things start showing up in your world, it is mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance, and you will feel her presence in your every single day. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yes.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to let her pull her energy back, but I hope that that was helpful.
It was. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Ashley was asking me to pay for a reading for her to talk to her grandma. And it was crazy because she came to me in her dreams the other day. And then we just happened to see you this morning and be together. It was awesome. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
Where there's a will, there's a way. And she came to your dream to let you know that she heard your prayer. Now you just relax and let her line it up. That's how they work.
Right.
Awesome. All right, hon. You just got to click the X for me because I don't know how to do it without hanging up on everybody.
Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You're welcome. You
Let me
too.
figure it out here.
Okay.
Um, there we go.
All right. I feel like I got to do somebody else though. Let's see if there's anybody else here. Nobody else here has added themselves to my live. You guys. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to let it go there for now then. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Oh, as soon as I do that, I see something pop up. Somebody's out there going, yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. Wendy, let's do you. Let's go to one more. I thought I had one more. Let's go to one more. Hello? Are you there?
Hi.
Hi. Is this Wendy?
Yep.
This is not Wendy Dobos, is it?
Nope.
One of my members' name is Wendy, and she just won a free reading too. And I'm like, wow, your mom's up to the leg. She's got all the tricks today. Have I ever read for you before, Wendy?
Nope.
Awesome. Okay. Who do you want me to connect to?
My grandma, if possible.
Sure. Okay, let's do this. Did you just see me read before? You see my process?
I did, yep.
Awesome. All right, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. I love her energy. Okay, you heard me describe the puzzle dump earlier? Wendy?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I'll quickly describe it again here, real quick. This beginning part, I call this the puzzle dump because for me, that's exactly what it feels like. It's just like when you dump out all the pieces of a puzzle and then you have to organize those to figure out how they fit together. When we do this connection exercise, there's a huge amount of information that washes over all of my senses, but because I'm not in your life, I'm not exactly sure how well that fits together yet. So I'm going to explain to you everything I'm picking up and then we'll go back and figure out how that fits, okay?
Sure.
So right away, she steps forward. The first thing that I feel is a huge amount of love that comes from her to you. She shows me the body scan, which is more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body. And right away, she jumps up and down and is showing me the symbol for free mobility on that side, that she has so much more mobility on that side than she did when she was here in the physical world. The end, when they make me feel this energy, I feel like at the end she wasn't able to move around so much, or there was a lot of pain throughout the body, because she's emphasizing how much more mobility she has on that side, how much instantaneously there was no pain. She has reconnected with the father figure. Now I'm not sure if this is her husband or her dad. She just said, "Dad's here, he's here, he's here." And I see the heart going around the two of them, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection. I gotta slow her down. How do you understand some of this?
Yeah, she's with my grandpa.
So grandpa's also on the other side. Slow this down. And do you understand the thing about the pain in the body or the inability to say goodbye before I passed? But very quickly, she passed very quickly to the other side. Now, when I say that, I feel like she was in a state before she passed and that her exit was quicker. It's like sometimes they will show me that they're in a hospital bed for a while, but then they just pass before we think that they're going to pass, like just at the unexpected moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Slow this down. Again, she's bringing forward your grandfather. I see a bit of distance or space between the two of them, which usually is my sign that one passed sometime before the other one. I see the heart going around the two of them, which is healing and reconnection. And she's very much validating that I feel grateful to be reconnected.
Yeah, she passed quite a while before him.
There we go. So she's got a lot of gratitude that everyone took care of Grandpa before she passed away as well, or before he passed away as well. Like, she's very much in love with this man, I feel like, right up
Oh,
until
yeah.
she
Oh,
passed.
yeah.
So the first thing she wants to do is validate that she's at peace now that he's there. She wants to thank you guys for taking care of him. She wants to thank you guys for the way that you laid them to rest. I feel like they are together, together, together.
Yeah.
So she knows that you guys laid them to rest together. She's showing me her jewelry. Do you have her jewelry, hun?
Yeah, we all do. We all have pieces.
So she knows that you do. She's like showing me that she has a lot of souls on that side. She said that they're all with me now. It's interesting because she's making me feel like she been over there for like 10, 20 years, like some time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because she's like, they're slowly filing in. Don't worry, they're all with me now. I've got all my siblings with me now. Like, they're all coming in.
Yeah.
She's giving you bubble gum. What is with the bubble gum? I literally hear Juicy Fruit commercial in my head.
I have no idea.
Do you know she used to keep some in her purse?
I don't know, but it sounds like something she would do.
Mom's mom.
Yeah.
It's interesting because sometimes they will give you a message for somebody else of something that you might not know, so that when you tell that other person is like, how do you know that? We never told you that. How would you know that? Because grandma
Yeah.
told you. Giving you like Juicy Fruit, and like there was other kind of gum like that. Like I can hear the song Juicy Fruit, it's gonna move ya. Oh my gosh. I'm old. What can I say? I see her purse as well. She's literally, this has to be something for her purse. Did somebody keep her purse?
I
I feel
I
like
don't
somebody's
know.
got her purse, her personal belongings.
I feel like my mom probably did.
Is your mom on the other side as well?
No.
She's here. She put the white blanket immediately. As soon as you said my mom, probably did. I immediately saw the white blanket go around her shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody that has health or stress issues. So has your mom been under some stress recently or some health issues?
Yeah, both.
So grandma immediately wants her to know that she's watching over her. She keeps pushing her back. She's like, it's not your turn. I got everybody else here. You're not coming anytime soon. You stay here. And then I see this from your grandfather. He salutes, which is my symbol for a connection with the uniform. Fire, police, military, ambulance, something like that.
Yeah, he was in the army.
Yeah. It's funny because I can hear another language over there as well. Is some of his family do they speak another language? Because he showed me reconnecting with the family that speaks, I don't know if it's French or whatever. I just hear French because that's the only other language I have in my library. But I definitely know he's connected with the family that spoke another language.
I personally I don't know.
That's okay. Your mom's still here. He's like, you can ask mom. They very much want to give messages to mom as well. He's funny though, your grandfather, because he's like showing me his hair. He's like, I got all my hair. And I see like Howie Mandel from like bald to like curly. Like, I don't know. Do you understand that? Was he
Yeah.
here?
Pardon me?
Was he losing his hair here in the physical world?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Didn't like that very much, did he?
No, he always used to try and brush it so that it looked like he had more.
See, that's what I'm telling you. That his personality is coming through. He's like, well, if you're going to tell her I'm here, make sure you tell her I got all my freaking hair back. All of it. They're thanking you they just want you to know that they're together and that they're with you now and that they're watching over mom here and now and very much with you. And your grandma's giving you like lilacs or something. I think it's lilacs. Do you understand lilacs?
No,
Do you have little ones?
I do. Yeah.
I feel like they're giving you lilacs. I feel like I'm watching your little ones giving you lilacs and putting them. My little ones used to break them off of the tree. It's one of my favorite flowers. So they'd bring them to me in bushels and I'd have them all on my kitchen table. And that's what I'm seeing. Little ones bringing you lilacs. Your kids are kind of grown now, like teenagers.
No.
They're still toddlers.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So what she's showing me is that she's very much watching you be a mom on the other side and that she's kind of influencing your kids. There is something about last year, definitely in the spring, bringing you flowers, whether it's actually lilacs or because they have to show me whatever they need to show me to get me to say what they need me to say. But she's bringing up something going on in your world where your kids are bringing you flowers. Could even be dandelions. I don't know, but they smell like the most beautiful flowers I've ever smelled before. Validating that she's watching over and that she loves this part of it. And that part of that is her talking to them in their ear going, bring those to mommy, bring those to mommy. So there's got to be some kind of special event or special memory that you have with your kids that has to do with that she wants you to know that she was there for. It's interesting. How old are they? Is there two?
There is. Yeah.
And how old are they?
3.5 and one's 5 months old.
Oh, so young. It's funny when you say that because she's like showing me named after or just like, so either one is named after them or just like them.
Yeah, we just named my baby girl with her middle name is her name.
It's not a flower, is it?
No, it's June.
Oh my gosh. She's taking me to the spring.
Yeah.
Flowers and things. Why? Because that's in June.
Yeah.
She's going to connect with you. What comes up in June? Lilacs.
Yeah.
So what she's saying is that as you go out and play with your kids at the park and you do those mother things, your grandma's right there watching over you and watching you become a mom. And she's influencing your kids at the same time because your kids can still see them when they're that young. They can still see the spirit realm.
Oh, totally. They can. Yeah.
And tell them that that's all phony. Huh. So you're going to feel what you're going to see coming up because she's taking me to the future as well. And so what she's trying to show you is that when you're out there in the spring and your kids pick a bunch of flowers for you and bring them up to you, that's your grandma standing right there with you, because she wants you to feel her presence there with your kids. And just so you know, if you've been trying to have another one, she said, and she's already hanging out with the soul of the other one on the other side as well. Because I think that you've wanted 3, maybe 4, because I see 3 plus 4, and I see maybe. Have you talked about that?
Yeah, we want, I want another one, but we did lose one in between the one we just had too. So,
Oh no, she just came right back to you.
oh yeah, yeah,
She came right back to you. Because here's the thing about, you lost her early, right? Like 2, 3
yeah,
months pregnant.
yeah.
She didn't want to be born at that time. She's born in June. So no, she wasn't born in June. You said she's 5 months old. When was she born?
End of September.
Right. So she's like not a Virgo. What's after Virgo? Libra?
I have no idea.
Libra. Here's the thing. Our soul has a purpose here in the physical world. And so when we are born, the energies that we are born into help us in our life in certain ways. So if a soul is meant to be born at the end of September, but they get pregnant, or you get pregnant and they would be born in, like, say, June, they would exit. Hear that echo coming in? Isn't that weird? And so they will exit the physical body and come right back again in a body that is going to be able to be born in the energy that they need it to be born in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does for sure.
That, and she didn't want to be a boy. I think
I
the one
didn't want her to be a boy either.
I think the one that was coming in was going to be a boy, but the second, see, sometimes this happens. If you say, if I get a boy and then a girl, I'm going to stop and I'm not going to have any more kids. Then sometimes what'll happen is you'll get a boy and another boy and then the girl, because that second boy is meant to be here. But if you say, no, I'm open to having 3 or 4 kids, then you can have the boy and then the girl, and then the boy can, and the second boy can come as a third child. But if you're going to close that window, they will hop in. There's all kinds of different reasons why a soul will exit the physical body and then come back in again afterwards. But I will say this, that soul of your daughter, she's most definitely the soul that came before, and you will be able to feel it, because those souls are very, they're very strong. They're very stubborn. They can be very bossy, which is why I feel teenager all over her, even though she's 5 months old. She runs the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
she does. Yeah.
Yeah. Just know your grandma loves you so much. As she's pulling your energy back, she's giving you those pennies too. So have you been finding the dimes and the pennies and the change around you as
I
well?
find dimes all the time from her. Yeah.
So she knows you understand that language. So
Yeah.
she'll use it all the time. The more they know that you understand a sign or a symbol, the more they will use it to let you know that they're with you. So
Yeah.
know
All the time.
yeah. She said that she brought you here today too. Because did you not know who I was until today? Is this your first time seeing me?
No, I did, but I was going to lay down for a nap with the baby and I was like, I feel like I should just go on.
That was her that got you here.
That's
Oh,
funny.
she loves you so much, hon. Just pulling her energy back. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I just got to get you to
Yep.
end it for me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Whoops, kick that. All right, you guys, thank you all so much for being here. I will download these and then upload it to my YouTube. I still didn't upload the last one, I'm sorry, from TikTok. I will. It's just been a crazy, stressful kind of weekend. But again, you guys, if you haven't read my book yet, Raised by the Dead, please check it out on Amazon and leave a review, because I'm going to pick one of those people who left a review, and somebody out there is getting a free 60-minute private reading. So thank you guys for helping me help you by sharing this live. And I will see you back here, maybe not here tomorrow, but definitely on Facebook. Tuesdays are my busy days, so I don't always make it back to TikTok on Tuesdays, but I will be back. I'm making a point of coming back to TikTok at least 2 or 3 times a week. And again, you can check me out on Facebook every single day as well. Mwah! Talk to you guys again soon. Oh, and my website, thmedium.ca, if you'd like to book a private reading. Take care, guys.